What was it like to play with Kurt Warner? What you got? I mean, he's still his legacy continues to grow now as an announcer. But I mean, what a tremendous athlete that came from out of nowhere. What do you think of him, Adam? What do you think of Kurt being on the team and that surprise of how well he did?
Yeah, for a quarterback, he could really sack groceries. You know, he actually little known fact. He was my quarterback in the Iowa Shrine Bowl game when we came out of high school. We graduated from high school the same year, and he was my quarterback way back when.
Wow! So I did not know that. So you already knew he had some talent there. Were you guys friends back then?
Yeah, just on the Shrine Bowl team. He was from Cedar Rapids, so yeah, just being from Iowa or whatever. So when I came on my visit, Coach Vermeil had him. We all went out to eat together that night, and that was before Kurt was Kurt. You know what I mean? He was still finding his way and all that stuff. So yeah, it was cool though. But yeah, Kurt was pretty low key, I would say, in the huddle. I mean, comparing him to like Brett was just kind of a commanding leader in the huddle, and Kurt was a lot more laid back than that. But great dude, could definitely throw to the spot, and we just had an awesome crew of receivers. I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah.
From top to bottom, I mean, we probably had 5 receivers that could have been a starting receiver on any team in the NFL, and then you had Marshall in the backfield. Yeah, just an unbelievable receiving core.
Mm.
Well, he had a lot of time. Obviously, the offensive line was good, but also Marshall. I don't claim to know football very well, but I would imagine Marshall freed up some time because they had to honor his run game, right? A little bit.
Oh, definitely.
No doubt. Yeah, they had honored. The thing about Marshall too that's back when you guys had Hodgins, and he would open up the lane a lot of times. You would always notice he was that extra just little push, and all of a sudden that's Marshall only needed just enough to squeeze those skinny hips of his, man. And once they got through, he could shift like nobody ever saw. I've never seen a kid that could shift so quickly and so smoothly the way he could from left to right, right to left. That hip action, he would just fake people out. It was bizarre as a fan watching. So he was really, really good.
We never got to enjoy it till we saw it on film, but it was amazing. I think Marshall was thinking about like not the person that was trying to tackle him at the moment. He was thinking about like the next 2 moves as he was running the ball. It was fun to watch on film.
Yeah.
I have a question for 2 football players. Growing up, I when I watched baseball, I had like Barry Bonds, these guys that I wanted to be. When I grew up, I want to be an outfielder. Growing up, you guys obviously liked football. Did you guys look at linemen that same way, or was it like just football and then you had your guy that you watched? Or were you guys even growing up looking at linemen?
Oh, yeah, somewhat.
A little bit?
You're still fans of the big time players, the teams you follow.
Okay.
I grew up in Ohio, and I was a Browns fan, but we didn't have a whole lot of success. But during the 80s, they actually made it to a championship game once. They lost, of course. But, so you're fans of those guys, but you think back to the linemen that were playing for your team back then. I can remember a few names, and obviously the big one back then was Anthony Munoz, who played for our rival in the Bengals. So whenever Browns played the Bengals, I'd be watching him play that left tackle spot better than anybody ever had.
Okay.
So
yeah,
yeah,
you would. What about you? Was that same for you?
Yeah, I wanted to be a more glorious position than an offensive lineman, but it was just funny how I was just too slow and too fat to be anything else. So
I'll tell you who was big but fast was Orlando Pace, right? I mean, that kid.
Oh, dude,
he's a freak.
We should somehow, you guys should look up that play where he ran down Champ Bailey in that Redskins game. You remember that, Andy?
Yeah, yeah.
He ran down Champ Bailey.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
It was probably the only time he was like, "I'm actually going to run as fast as I can."
He pulled, and it doesn't look like he's trying.
No, he wasn't.
His stride is like 9 feet long. He's like Bigfoot running, and
yeah. I was going to say that he looked like Sasquatch, but he ran down Champ Bailey, man. Yeah.
Well, I seen him do that too. You remember we played the Saints one year? He ran down Clay Matthews.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's fast.
Yeah, dude.
He's quick.
That guy was an athlete. Amazing.
Yeah. That's so.
That was not me and Andy. We did not run like that.
I tried to catch both those guys, but it wasn't work. It wasn't going to happen.
It wasn't. It wasn't your job. It wasn't your job. Don't feel bad.
Yeah, yeah, that's. Whew.
I was pretty much like, when I saw Champ Bailey intercept it, I was like, well, I better save some energy for the next drive.
Yeah,
There's no reason for me to turn and run.
long interception returns are the worst. If you try to chase him down and he scores anyway, because you're right back
Yep.
on the field.
Right
You don't
back
have
on
time to suck down that oxygen on the sideline that you need.
Hey, thanks for watching this short with us today. And if you like it, check out our full episodes on our channel and website. We'll put those in the links below. And as always, Scott,
Like and subscribe, or subscribe and then like, whatever order you want, really.
whatever order you like.
Yeah.
Thanks.